Hi everybody, it's Nick from Booster, and we're actually on the VCCP terrace in Cannes, with an amazing view. As you can see in the background, we've got palm trees. The skyline is absolutely beautiful, and we are talking to people about what the key is to great creativity. So I'm here with Steph, and I'm going to hand over to Steph really to say, please do introduce yourself and tell us what you believe the key is.
Brilliant. Well, ouch. Oh, what
You're on the electric shock. Cool. It's the Astro.
Just exactly. Just a bit of added value there. Right. Well, thank you, Nick, firstly, for joining us today. Really delighted to be here. I'm Steph Brimacombe. I'm the Chief Exec of EMEA and Head of Global Growth for VCCP. Delighted to be out in Cannes this week, talking about all sorts of things, but most importantly, of course, talking about the craft and creative products. So delighted to be asked this question today.
Amazing.
So what makes great creativity? I think the key to great creativity and something that we are incredibly proud of at VCCP is our desire to populate culture. And it's something that I know is said a lot. It's a lot of kind of conversation around what really does populating culture mean from a creative perspective. But what I think we do is really create distinctive brand assets, and that's what we feel populating culture really is about. And the way to get to that great creativity and creating those distinctive brand assets is something, again, that we truly believe is a real sweet spot to the VCCP DNA, which is integration. So we obviously come from a great perspective of great briefs. We have a fantastic strategy department. Great briefing is obviously the key to create great creativity and working hand in hand in that partnership, but equally viewing everything not from an executional perspective, but looking at kind of what the brand issue is that we're trying to tackle, and then actually adopting our channels to really deliver that maximum kind of culture and relevance and the right moment. So we may well have opportunities where we're talking about, you know, foregone conclusions around where this work should show up, but ultimately it's taking a couple of steps back and going, where should this live, where should this breathe, and where should this work really kind of stand out and resonate. And you know, we've got some fantastic campaigns and work that's being tilted out like today. So I mean, there's what's interesting, I mean, in terms of this, going back to the distinctive brand assets piece and really kind of working through the line, as we would say. O2 is obviously, and VMO2, fantastic brand partner of ours for almost 23 years now. But it's really adopting new technologies to ensure that we are also showing up in the right places. So Daisy, from an AI perspective, utilising that from a creative perspective. You know, our creatives are incredibly open-minded, and utilising that new fantastic technology to really embrace it and to bring things probably to the table that we wouldn't have otherwise been able to do while we're working kind of in that environment 12, 18 months ago as such. So that's tracking really well. So we're incredibly proud of that. But then also that really big overarching kind of brand platform piece with something like a Cadbury and the sort of generosity campaign and the glass and a half full sort of brand platform that was launched globally about 7 years ago. You know, that has worked incredibly hard for the brand and the business, and that great creativity was a real springboard from, you know, going back to those original brand insights. It's not trying to necessarily, you know, do the newest and the funniest and the biggest and the bravest. It's honest, and there's heart, and there's real meaning behind that creativity. And I think that actually resonates with a lot of individuals, and that's been, I think, the key to a lot of that success, is the fact that it has, you know, touched a lot of people in more ways than just kind of a fleeting glance at some advertising.
Yeah, very much so, and that's been recognised here, obviously. And can you say if you know of any awards yet or anything like that?
We've just actually, in fact, picked up a couple of not the gold shinies, but the silvers and the bronzes, which we're incredibly proud of, and that's both for Cadbury and for VMO2 as well. So both for that Made Share campaign and also for Daisy from an O2 VMO2 perspective. So yeah, really delighted. So yeah, good ahead.
Creativity, the how you get there, the distinctive brand assets, and proof that it all works with some awards.
Yes, and it only works if it all works, Nick. So there. So you need to remember that. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you so much.